10:22 a.m. Thursday, February 25th, 2021, and that says usage hours 10 hours 37 minutes. So yeah, I guess just before midnight. One event per hour. Let's see, mask seal. Looks like it's all right, but it's been. I got an email from the CPAP thing saying that it's leaking a bit more than it should, and yeah, it was definitely leaking. I realized just now. It's like, oh right, because it's been kind of loose. The thing needs I don't know, a new rubber. I need a new thing to attach the thing to the thing or whatever. And I taped it up, but maybe the tape is getting loose. And then I just got to the point now where I was just lying, trying to remember all the dreams. And then I'm like, you know what? This will keep me in bed forever. So I remember a couple of dreams, and I'll tell you about those. And then I can keep thinking about them later. And if I think of them, I'll add them to my story. Because, yeah, I can. I talk all day, right? So here's my dreams. First dream, I was in the front hallway with my parents, and my mom was saying something, and my dad couldn't hear her or something, and he's like, "What'd you say?" And she's like, "Ugh," and she said it again, and he's like, "What'd you say?" And then the third time he had his hand, he was like gonna hit her, and I was like, I was like, I can't let that happen. I said, "Stop it." I said, "If you hit my mother, I will hurt you or something." And he's like, look at me. He's like, "What did you say?" And I'm like, I said, I'm sorry to be like this, but I have to defend my mother." And then he's looking at me. And then I started realizing, oh crap, I'm living in his house. If he gets mad at me, I'm going to be kicked out. I'm going to be on the street. So then I'm like, listen, I think I apologize. I'm like, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. It's none of my business. So that was that dream. Oh, look at this. Wow, there's a lot of snow out. It really is a winter wonderland. It's snowing just a slightly loud. Oh, there's the squirrel. I think I see a squirrel. Yeah, something's moving. Oh yeah, that's a tail there. Very cute. I wish there was a way for me to take in all the beauty and appreciate it, because like all my life, whenever I've seen something beautiful, it just makes me sad and upset because I don't know, I guess I just feel like it's temporary. Like it's just, this is so nice, but, and then I think somebody mentioned, I can't remember who, but maybe recently I was asking, like, why do I keep breaking up with people? And they were like, it's because maybe you do that preemptively because you're afraid that you'll lose them one day. And I guess that was it. Even my first girlfriend, Sarah, that it was like so magical that she loved me and everything. And then I just broke up with her and she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "I don't know." And then she went off and dated other people, and same thing with the Jens and Jan and all these people. I was just like, no. And I was afraid to just dive into it and embrace it, maybe, because, and same thing with like Glendon, like, oh, I'm not going to stay at that school because it's too beautiful. Every time I see a big, beautiful park, it just rips me apart. Every time I see on Instagram somebody like in a little cabin in Sweden with this big vistas, I'm like, I could go there, or I could go to this little village in Italy or something, and that just looks so stunning, or this little thing in Quebec City where you live above the bakery shop and every morning you look at the brick streets, and I'm like, that would be so amazing. But then it would just make me so upset because I'd feel like, well, I'm not 18. I can't just dance around and meet girls. Like, it wouldn't be ideal. I'd be old there. I don't know. Craziness. So then the second dream, I seem to think there was something bigger in sort of the interim dreams. I feel like I was flying a plane or climbing a big construction building, but jumping over the girders. And because a lot of that is, lately on Instagram, I've been watching clips of like James Bond jumping onto the girders, or last night I watched another clip of Tom Cruise climbing the outside of the Burj Khalifa in Mission Impossible. So I'm trying to picture stuff like that in my head because I like the idea of doing it. Even when I was going for a jog a couple of days ago and I was on the bridge near the mall, and I was like, imagine if I could, like, get a rope or something, I could jump off the bridge onto the canal, and then it just starts making me upset. It's like, what if I'm too old to do that? I mean, I don't know. I want to be able to use my body and fly around and stuff, do cool athletic things. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, I was hanging out with this girl who did circus school classes, and I went with her, and she filmed me swinging on a rope and then doing a flip and landing in the net. And I'm like, is there a point where I can't do that anymore, where I'm too old? I don't know. Um, but, wasn't there some World War II veteran recently that jumped out of an airplane for his birthday or something? And I'm like, I still want to be able to do that. So, and Tom Cruise is still doing it. So that gives me hope, I guess. Um, so yeah, that stuff's all vague. I can't really remember. And then I remember I bought something. I bought some kind of online thing that it's like like a box and a box, like not an actual box, like it was just some kind of digital thing, and I was supposed to fill it in. It was like blank lines or something, and it was supposed to be some kind of thing, some kind of system where I'd make friends or make a girlfriend or something. And I was like, oh, I just paid a lot of money for this. I don't know how much, like $100 or something for each one. And I'm like, what do I do with it now? Isn't it supposed to be like a Zoom call where people are going to, their heads are going to pop in and I'm going to be like, oh, now I'm friends with Jennifer Aniston and now I've got friends to talk to. But I'm like, I just paid for this, but it's useless. But how does this work? So I had that spinning in my head. And then there was this thing. I was in a grocery store where I was hanging out in a crowd with people. I think in near a checkout at a grocery store, but one of them was Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, it was a little group, and they were talking about her mouth, and they're like, "Oh, it's too bad it's healing or whatever." And I'm like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "Oh, I've got like she had to have surgery or something on her mouth." I think on Instagram yesterday I was watching some girl get an injection. There was something with her jaw or something, so maybe that's where that's from. And she turned, she's like, "Look," and I'm like, "I don't even see it. Honestly, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't even see that there's discoloration or something." She's like, "Oh, thanks." And then the cashier, I was just with Jennifer Aniston for a bit, and the cashier's like, "Excuse me, can I see some ID?" And Jennifer's like taking it out, and she's holding it up, and for some reason the cashier's standing on the counter, so we're like reaching it up to her high, and I'm just watching the cashier, and I see her face go, "Oh," and then I look at Jen. Yeah, that's right. Her name is Jennifer Aniston. I look at Jen, and and she's sort of smiling a bit, and I'm like, "Oh, you love that, don't you? Like when people read your ID and they realize who you are." And she's like, "Yeah, yeah." And so we're walking back into the store, and I don't know. That was it, I guess. And then we're at the back of the store, and we're just kind of talking. And then I guess she had to go or something. And I was just thinking, wow, this is so great. Like I'm friends with her, and she likes me. I think this maybe is from yesterday on Instagram. I was watching clips of Julia Roberts. I guess in the Pretty Woman days, because she was pretty young. She had short hair, and she kissed David Letterman. Like she's like, and he's like, well, okay, and they kiss on the lips, and then they showed clips like they've done that like 8 other times when she was on the show, and then people are saying, oh, we think she really had a crush on him, and apparently, like in the description, like apparently she asked him out a couple of times and he rejected her, and I'm like, what? And then it makes me think, wow, if I had a talk show, is that how like Jennifer Aniston would like me? Because I was thinking recently too, I just saw yesterday in the news that Jennifer Lawrence is going to be in the Fantastic Four reboot or something. And then I'm like, oh man, if I had been a big writer or a director, like I could be dating her. Like she was dating directors like that and stuff. And she said she had a crush on Larry David and Woody Allen and stuff. So she likes my type. Anyways, it's just a lot. So like even last night when I went to bed, I was like, it feels okay. I think I can handle this. I'm going to bed. It's okay. And I knew when I'd get up in the morning, I'd feel this sick pit in my stomach, like, oh my God, the world is over. But I hope I can get up and do this. I'm just starting to feel, I've always kind of had hope. Like, and this is why I broke up with all my girlfriends in the past. I've always had hope that, you know, one day, I'm going to be rich and famous. It's going to be okay. I'm going to have so much money that I'll be able to really take care of my health and exercise every day and eat perfectly. And that I'll have so much money that people will respect me, and that I won't have to be looking for friends because they'll be looking for me. Like, wow, everybody loves Elon Musk. They're always like excited if Joe Rogan enters the Clubhouse app. Like Jeff Bezos, like everybody wishes they were him. That kind of thing. Like I wouldn't have to be like, oh God, I hope I can do something for friendship. Like even tonight, I just remember there's a Toastmasters meeting, and I don't really want to go. I'm overwhelmed with meetings for everything, but I so wish I had friends, and that's so beautiful. And look at the window, like it's so beautiful, but it doesn't make me. I mean, it makes me happy a little bit, I guess, but it just makes me sad. It just makes me lonely. Like there's nobody. There's nobody there to share it with me other than you guys. But what does that mean? Yesterday on the Instagram course, she was saying that, like in that call we did with the Instagram expert, she was saying that most people don't see your feed. Like even if you've got like 1,000 followers, maybe 5% see your story, and then, you're gonna get even fewer people will engage or something. Um, and then I realized, yeah, okay, because I've got 6,000 followers, and I can see that basically 40 people maybe look at my story on Instagram every day, and then maybe a bit more on Facebook. It's usually 20 or something friends, and then it says other people because I've got like 5,000 followers that aren't my friends on Facebook and that kind of thing. Um, I don't know what my point was. It's that how nobody's seeing this, and this isn't even my story. This is like my dream summary. That's just going to be a post. But she said posts and reels get more traction than stories and stuff, so we'll see. Anyways, I guess it's time to get up. If I think of more dreams, I'll let you know. I've got our noon call today. I should do my homework for that class. I was gonna say that, I used to think, okay, things are gonna happen. I have that hope, but now I'm starting to panic again. I'm starting to think like, when I panicked when I was 36, that's when I started making videos every day. And if I had really focused then, I did take screenwriting and stuff, but if I had really applied myself, maybe things could have happened. But now I'm starting to get in this panic, like, oh God, like, what if it doesn't happen? I was in this group, I think maybe my suicide and depression group. There's all these groups I've joined on Facebook, and somebody was saying, my mom died 6 years ago and I've never been truly happy since. And so many people commented that when I lost my mom, I lost a piece of me. And then when I lost my dad, I lost the rest of me, or vice versa, I think it was. And so many people, and I'm like, I don't know anybody who's lost their parents that is happy. I mean, I guess some people, like my friend Sarah on Facebook just posted like she misses her mom from 6 years ago, and she just wishes she, and I'm like, I don't know. And I realized, yeah, if I lose my parents, like I don't have a wife, I don't have a kids, I don't have, I'll feel, other than my sisters, like who do I have in the world that will remember anything about me or know anything, like care what I'm doing? Oh God. But no, we just gotta live each day, right? Maybe today's the day I make a lot of money in that course. I don't know how that'll help, but can't hurt. Good morning.